Welcome back to Indian Trace. What you're looking at is the finish of one side of my bin sweep series. This is bin sweep number 2. And there was only 3 bins, display areas, that went down the outside right side of my box. Now it's a 7-tray tackle box, as you've seen. If you just click by here, go back in some of the videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. I want to show you something though, and I think you'll like this. We have 1, 2, 3 bins represented that are the longer bins that go right across the outside in the tackle box on top. That held these, and since it was only 3, I just grabbed 2 from each, and just wanted to do a little bit and add an easy video from the idea that I had yesterday on my bin sweeps, and just to give a little sampling of some points that I would have admired, pulled out and take a look at, but I know they're not seen that often. And just share a little bit about each piece. Because we're going back in time. I mean, you time travel if you collect artifacts. If you handle them and you think about them, you are time traveling. You are heading back in time. So on that one bin, there's a lot of serrated quartz on that top long bin. Like the piece here is an incredible piece. This piece here, of course, they're all exclusively translucent. It's just unbelievable. This piece here came from Sand Passage. Heavily ground on the back, I don't know. Everybody checks that, but I haven't had one person out there really be able to tell me exactly what they feel that means. They feel it means that they're older. I do not know. There's got to be a specific definition as to why everybody checks that. Listen, they're just ancient North American Indian hunting points that are just awesome. I don't know if that's coming in on the tip. Just a great job. It is a little bit of a stronger points. Nothing thin about it. It's a strong piece. Now it does have a relief right on the back. Don't know if we can pick it up with this. And I want to be able to just take a little bit of time and show people these pieces in a bin sweep where you're going to see a lot of different styles. Often I remember now, going back through 3 years, I've showed you videos where it all highlights the same style or the same material. Now I'm just going to show you how I organize them. It's a great point, isn't it? Just a great balance. See how they're relieved on the back there? For hafting. And it'll just give a little bit better and different perspective. Very beautiful quartz material. Here's a point that came 50 yards off my back door of my house. Many of us live right in Indian land. But the site, and it's called the Heart site, I called it Heartland, is closed. It's closed because now it is and has been used the last 2-3 years as a soccer field. Was made into a soccer field, was planted into a soccer field. Used to be crops, sweet potatoes, corn. That was before I even had a clue that these type of things might be hanging around out there. The one season before, they closed it and made it into an athletic field for the school and for the church. I knew about artifacts and checked it and found a hot spot, a hot site out there off my back door, and that's where this came from. And I found quite a few serrated pieces. Believe it or not, I don't think, and everybody looks at it and immediately might say it's a drill. I don't really think it's a drill. Just don't think so. The edges are very sharp. I think it was just made to get the job done. Back is very finished. So these bin sweeps are pretty fun. I should just go right across the bin. Now I only have, maybe 2 more videos to do on bin sweeps. That's the top shelf stuff, because on the top of my tackle box, the top layer shelves are where I put my very favorite artifacts. Don't want to say my best. Everything has a different quality. Look at that quartz. Onto these, the next bin down. high-end pieces. Piece on the left here, found at Hidden Hill. I don't know if other people, but I always notice the reliefs on the back. Call them reliefs, not really flutes, I guess, right? This is as pink as I think it's getting picked up on. It is definitely a pink tint in this point. Found this one, it was bone dry, and there was really not good conditions at all. And you know, that's how it is many times. You just have to go out and make an effort of it. No break, it's not glued. That is a quartz vein that goes right through the stone. Look. I think that came up when I found it. Somebody said they thought that it was broken and was glued, but not at all. That happens pretty frequently. It's a great point. It's what you call a happy find, right? Especially when the conditions were poor. Hidden Hill. Same bin. The next one sits in because, you know, they're very similar in quality and style, same as these serrated quartz pieces. This piece right here from Mecca, just a stunning piece. Beginning of 2017, I think I found this. Of course, they did make a relief valley right there to haft it in, and I'd sure hate to get hit with that on a heavy commission atlatl dart coming at you. It would do the job in quick order. Absolutely fantastic piece. No complaints about that piece. Probably not by the hunter either. Ancient North American artifacts right there. Staggering pieces. The last two from the last bin. You can see very similar qualities, probably different time periods completely. Might be a woodland piece, might be an archaic piece, I'm not sure. They could be divided by 1,000 years. But when they have a similar feel, that's why they get in the same bin. This was found at Beaver Point. Beaver Point's one of those sites that just doesn't come around that often. It's funny how that happens with sites. Never knew that when I actually began hunting. You just come across sites that share some points with you, and you sort of are able to mark down and make a note that they're a site, a credible North American Indian site, and then you start to watch and you wait. And they have to cycle the crops, I understand that, at least around here. Look at this piece here, found at Opening Sands. Traditional arrowhead style. Look at how they worked off the outside edges. Opening Sands is part of Site 5. Good piece, right? Anyway, just a little hangout time with the artifacts. Wanted to do that bin sweep, which I think will be accomplished with about 4 videos, but just simple stuff where you can see some of what I consider my favorites, but I know there must be really great quality artifacts. It's hard for me to get a perspective. The reason I always talk like that is because I've seen what you guys find out there. Staggering. It's hard to get a perspective. You know, you find your own stuff and you think, yeah, you know, it's great stuff. Happy to find it. But then you see other people's stuff and you're like, wow. You think it's so much better, but I think it's all perspective, don't you? Anyway, from Indian Trace to all you guys out there, hope you find